It has become a cherished and annual tradition of the Bonita Springs Concert Band to salute our past and present armed forces with a musical medley of our 5 branches of the United States military. They are the major reason we enjoy democracy and freedom today. As each song is played, we invite veterans and current members of each branch to stand as we honor America. And as a special guest of honor and returning from last year is Captain Don Miller, one of the 3 original surviving members of the Flying Tigers from World War II. How about a round of applause? And actually, Captain Don happens to be our conductor, Gary Smith's uncle. Here's our Armed Forces salute this afternoon. Members of the United States Army, please stand. United States Navy, the U.S. Navy. How about one more round of applause for all our military in the audience today? The Bonita Band is most fortunate to have Gordon Hardy as an associate conductor who fulfills many roles in the musical administration of our band. As a retired successful high school band director, he brings many musical concepts to the podium and works with Gary in the overall operations of our band. He will conduct the next two pieces, beginning with the Chimes of Liberty March by Edwin Franco Goldman. Goldman conducted one of the most famous concert bands in the early 1900s and was the founder of the American Bandmasters Association. As a matter of fact, our conductor, Gary Smith, serves as its president this year. Chimes of Liberty is considered one of the most lively and tuneful marches ever written, and possibly America's greatest march, not by John Philip Sousa. Here's Gordon Hardy. Let's give him a big welcome. With Malice Toward None is a musical tribute to Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Highly informative, the music traces the life and times of this great man, while including dramatic excerpts from some of his best-known speeches. Included are the Battle Hymn of the Republic, Battle Cry of Freedom, Dixie, and R.L. Lee, crafted into an emotionally charged expression of musical reverence. Narrating will be Robert Maxwell, a trombonist in the band, who also happens to be a locally popular singer. Here's Robert Maxwell.
Born in a Kentucky log cabin on February 12, 1809, raised in the backwoods of Indiana, Abraham Lincoln moved to his adopted state of Illinois at the age of 21. This self-educated businessman, lawyer, state legislator, and United States congressman endured 2 failed attempts to become a member of the United States Senate before being elected to the nation's highest office in 1860 as the 16th President of the United States. Known as the Great Emancipator, Lincoln championed the cause for equal rights amongst all people during the time of our country's greatest conflict, the Civil War. Originally advocated the cause of the Union when written in 1862. Lincoln used the song during the presidential campaign of 1864. Ironically, the song's popularity led the conflicting enemies to adapt the same melody to different lyrics. As crowds gathered on the White House lawn, awaiting the details of General Lee's surrender, President Lincoln asked the Marine Band to play a personal favorite, Dixie. Written by Northerner Daniel Emmett, the song many associated with the Southern cause became a gesture of conciliation from the great unifier. The Civil War was the most devastating war in America's history. In many aspects, it split us apart. Yet in the end, we were able to come together as one nation. Listen closely to the very words of Abraham Lincoln. Let North and South, let all Americans, let all lovers of liberty everywhere join in the great and good work. If we do this, we shall not only have saved the Union, but we shall have saved it as to make and to keep it forever worthy of the saving. We shall have so saved it that the succeeding millions of free, happy people the world over shall rise up and call us blessed to the latest generations. On April 14, 1865, while attending a play with his wife Mary, the man credited with saving the nation was struck down by an assassin's bullet. A mournful nation grieved the loss of their president as his coffin made a 2-week journey home to Springfield, Illinois, where he was laid to rest. The love of freedom by the man many consider our greatest president can be felt in his words. I leave you hoping that the lamp of liberty will burn in your bosoms until there shall be no longer a doubt that all men are created free and equal. we honor perhaps our greatest president, the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just, a lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations.
Land of Liberty is one of the most challenging compositions the band will play this afternoon. We are hoping it will inspire you to make a donation to our Bucketeers during the intermission, which follows this piece. The purpose of this music is to celebrate our nation's history through the use of several well-known patriotic folk songs and tunes. Columbia, Gem of the Ocean, provides the framework in which the other tunes are introduced. Columbia and Yankee Doodle are presented as contemporary march treatments, while Chester, America the Beautiful, and My Country 'Tis of Thee are superimposed upon one another, while fragments of the other works are utilized as decorations and flourishes, leading to a dynamic ending. Following this piece will be a short intermission in our traditional Bucketeers optional collection of donations, and we also invite you to become a friend of the band. There are applications to do so in today's program. This is Land of Liberty.
We will be back in 15 minutes.